Hello and welcome back, dear viewers, to the channel where we take a deep dive into the most gripping developments within the British monarchy. Today, we're confronting a story that is both deeply moving and profoundly revealing: the unwavering commitment of King Charles III. Even as he faces the daunting reality of a serious illness, the king continues to embody an extraordinary sense of duty. This is a rare and historic moment, one where a monarch is pushing the limits of endurance to project strength and stability, even as his health falters behind palace walls. And so the question arises, one that we will explore in depth today: can King Charles truly maintain this relentless pace, or is the illusion of perfect health, as some insiders describe it, beginning to crack under the weight of reality? Before we dive deeper into the revelations emerging from Buckingham Palace, please take a moment to support our independent royal coverage. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our in-depth analyses of the monarchy's most defining moments. Let's begin with the monarch's impossible burden. Since ascending to the throne, King Charles III has been characterized by an almost sacred devotion to service, a legacy he inherited from his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Now, even as he undergoes ongoing cancer treatments, the king remains determined to project an image of resilience and control, to reassure both the public and those within the palace that he is managing splendidly. We see this in his carefully planned public appearances: the smiles, the handshakes, the calm composure, all designed to symbolize continuity and strength. But the real measure of his endurance lies behind the scenes. In the unending paperwork and state duties he insists on completing himself. Despite his condition, the king immerses himself daily in the machinery of government, ensuring that the constitutional responsibilities of the crown continue seamlessly. Yet even with this tireless effort, even as he pushes himself beyond what is reasonable, those closest to him are growing deeply concerned. According to palace insiders, the illusion of complete health can no longer be sustained. Behind the facade of composure lies a man fighting a private battle that no amount of royal resolve can disguise. A senior royal aide, speaking candidly to Rob Shooter of Shooter Scoop, described the king's condition as seriously unwell but determined to carry on. This admission reveals the dual struggle facing the monarch: his personal battle against illness and his public struggle to uphold the enduring strength and dignity of the crown. Despite visible exhaustion, one sentiment echoes through the palace: he won't stop. This is not the stubbornness of ego. It is the conviction of a man who believes he was chosen for this moment, bound by duty to serve until his final breath. To truly grasp the pressure weighing on King Charles III, we must first understand the significance of the famous red boxes, the silent heart of Britain's constitutional machinery. A senior royal aide explained this central ritual, saying, "Every morning His Majesty insists on reading his red boxes. He believes his service to the country is his sacred calling, and he'll keep going as long as he can." These distinctive red leather boxes are far more than containers for official correspondence. They represent the very lifeblood of the monarchy, delivered daily, often twice a day. They hold the most sensitive documents in the kingdom: cabinet meeting minutes, intelligence briefings, diplomatic telegrams, state papers, and legislation requiring the monarch's review or signature. For centuries, the red boxes have symbolized the unbroken chain of governance, linking monarch to government. And for King Charles, the idea of neglecting them, even for a single day, is unthinkable. Despite the fatigue brought on by cancer treatments, he continues to work through every paper, every signature, every report, with unwavering commitment. It is a grueling, non-negotiable responsibility that demands focus, clarity, and stamina, qualities that the king refuses to let illness diminish. This steadfastness has become his quiet declaration to the world: the crown continues, no matter the cost. But even within palace walls, the illusion of perfect health is becoming impossible to maintain. Those closest to him, staff, aides, and courtiers, can see the truth behind the polished public image: the exhaustion, the strain, the visible effort required for him to keep up appearances. One aide admitted candidly that the illusion of perfect health is collapsing. And indeed, the contrast between the king's public workload and his private reality paints a striking paradox. Despite his illness, Official records show that King Charles has undertaken more public engagements this year than his eldest son, Prince William. It's a statistic that both inspires admiration and raises concern. On one hand, it demonstrates the monarch's extraordinary willpower and devotion to duty. On the other, it underscores the delicate balancing act within the palace, an effort to project normalcy, even as the heir apparent is quietly being prepared for greater responsibility. Behind the scenes, preparations for Prince William's accelerated readiness have already begun. Advisors are ensuring that the Prince of Wales is gradually introduced to every facet of high-level statecraft, from access to classified briefings to deeper participation in diplomatic meetings and increased international visibility. This isn't simply about lightening his father's workload. It's about preparing him for what may come sooner than expected, whether that means assuming the role of Counselor of State during any temporary incapacity of the king, or, in time, stepping fully into the role of monarch. Over the past few months, this subtle transition has become unmistakable. Prince William's influence, presence, and public role have expanded significantly, a quiet but clear sign that the next phase of royal leadership is already being written behind palace doors. Prince William has now been thrust into the spotlight, not merely as a supportive presence, but as a central figure in the evolving royal landscape. His increasing public visibility is no coincidence. He is managing major charitable initiatives, spearheading global projects, and representing the crown at key national ceremonies. This acceleration of his royal duties is not symbolic. It is strategic and deliberate. William is no longer just filling gaps in the calendar. He is being prepared to lead a centuries-old institution. Behind this measured transition lies a sobering truth. The palace is quietly preparing for every contingency, including the possibility of a prolonged period of reduced royal capacity, or in time the inevitable succession. The goal is clear: to ensure that when the time comes, power will shift seamlessly and constitutionally, avoiding even the faintest perception of instability or crisis within the monarchy. To understand the full gravity of the king's situation, we must revisit the timeline that began earlier this year. In February 2024, Buckingham Palace released a statement confirming that King Charles III had been diagnosed with cancer. The discovery came during treatment for a benign prostate condition, when further tests revealed a separate issue of concern. Those tests confirmed the presence of cancer. This disclosure marked a significant and modern departure from royal tradition. Historically, the British monarchy has guarded medical information with near absolute secrecy. Charles, however, chose transparency, a deliberate attempt to reduce speculation, and perhaps more importantly, to raise awareness and show solidarity with others facing similar battles. Following the announcement, the king began an intensive treatment regimen. Though he stepped back from public-facing engagements, he never ceased performing his constitutional duties as head of state. While public appearances paused, the machinery of governance continued uninterrupted. The red boxes kept arriving daily. The Prime Minister's briefings went ahead as scheduled. The king, though physically diminished, remained steadfast in his service behind the scenes. By April 2024, he made his first public return alongside Queen Camilla in a highly symbolic engagement at a cancer treatment center. The location was not accidental. It was a message, one of empathy, resilience, and shared humanity. The king transformed his private struggle into a public act of service, using his vulnerability to encourage others. Even now, reports confirm that Charles continues to receive weekly treatments, underscoring both the seriousness and persistence of his condition. Yet, in keeping with his right to privacy, Buckingham Palace has declined to specify the type of cancer he is battling. While this discretion is entirely understandable, it has inevitably fueled speculation and unease, both within the media and among the public, about the true state of the monarch's health. Behind the regal facade lies an undeniable emotional weight. The king's relentless pace and the unending public scrutiny have placed enormous strain, not only on him but on Queen Camilla and the royal household. Camilla, ever the quiet anchor of the monarchy, has become his pillar of strength. When the king's energy wanes, she steps forward with composure and grace, ensuring the crown's presence is never absent. Her expanded role, presiding at ceremonies, representing the royal family abroad, and managing palace life, has been critical in maintaining continuity during this fragile chapter. Inside the palace walls, the emotional toll is undeniable. Royal aides and staff, who witness the king's daily struggle firsthand, carry a heavy burden, maintaining the image of stability while knowing the fragile truth behind it. The revelation that the king is utterly exhausted yet refuses to relent speaks volumes about the monarchy's enduring culture of duty, where personal suffering is often sacrificed for the demands of the crown. The palace now faces a delicate balancing act. It must project continuity and strength, while remaining honest about the king's frailty. Too much visibility risks exposing the strain and fueling narratives of instability. Too little invites accusations of secrecy and regression to the opaque traditions the monarchy has worked so hard to modernize. This is where Prince William's role becomes crucial. His steady, visible presence acts as the bridge between the monarch's current limitations and the monarchy's enduring stability. His growing prominence is not a power grab, but a constitutional necessity, a carefully managed transition to ensure seamless leadership whenever the moment arrives. Future historians may well look back on this period as a defining chapter in the evolution of the modern monarchy, a time when the king's personal resilience was tested against the unyielding responsibilities of his position. Even the small detail of King Charles insisting on reviewing his red boxes each morning speaks volumes. It is his quiet declaration to the nation and the world that he remains steadfast, still leading, still serving, even amid personal adversity. Yet reports, from within the palace that the illusion is collapsing, cannot be dismissed. The pace is unsustainable. Preparations for Prince William's ascension are no longer theoretical. They are practical, necessary measures to safeguard the institution's future. The Prince of Wales is being readied not just as an heir, but as a sovereign in waiting, trained to shoulder the full weight of the crown at potentially short notice. This situation calls for empathy. We are witnessing a 75-year-old monarch fulfill his lifelong duty while battling a serious illness, driven by conviction that his service to the nation must come before his own health. In conclusion, we've examined the courageous, yet concerning reality confronting King Charles III. His daily commitment to the red boxes embodies a lifetime of devotion, even as his health falters. The frank admissions from palace insiders reveal a monarch pushing himself to the brink, and an institution quietly accelerating the next phase of leadership through Prince William. This pivotal moment invites reflection on the human cost of royal duty. King Charles III is showing us that service to the crown is not merely a title. It is a calling he intends to honor until his final breath. What do you think this situation reveals about the nature of monarchy in the modern age? And what are your expectations for Prince William as he prepares to step into his father's shoes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We read and value every one of them. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more in-depth royal coverage, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update from inside the British monarchy.